Hi guys, I am here with a true short story from our book, When God Winks at You. This one is called Morning Sounds, but I have a little verse by Ralph Waldo Emerson before it that I want to read to you guys. It says, "You cannot do a kindness too soon, for you never know how soon it will be too late." I like that. I really like that. So true. Morning sounds. "Ready!" the captain's gruff voice echoed through the barren barracks. Slap! In near unison, 14 hands slapped cold muzzles, orchestrating the elevation of 14 rifles into the frigid post-dawn air. Arnold Hutchinson stared back at them. How had he found himself in this predicament? The words, "God, how are you going to get me out?" raced through his mind as he counted 14 intense soldiers in stone statue postures squinting back at him through crosshairs. He was only 20. A young soldier cut off from his German army unit behind enemy lines in the Ukraine. He had banded together with 6 others, all older than him, but his headstrong personality had soon cast him as the leader. They'd found the deserted barracks for refuge, only to be awakened suddenly by Russian soldiers, rousted outside at the end of rifles and shoved into a line 2 feet apart. Pulling a deep breath to calm himself, Arnold surveyed his adversaries. 7 of the soldiers had fallen to one knee. The other 7 were standing. He quickly calculated 2 rifles aimed at each victim. No escape, no place to run. Arnold thought of his family in Berlin. He thought of God. "Aim." The captain's voice, raspy for years of tobacco use, pierced the air like the cracking sound of a frozen lake. He paused. He took several long, savoring drags of the remainder of his hand-rolled cigarette. "Aim." A morning breeze whistled through the sparse trees and amongst the buildings. The captain tossed the cigarette to the ground. He stomped on it as if he were killing a bug, slowly twisting his boot to be certain of its death. Above the breeze rose a faint sound, a purring sound. The captain raised an eyebrow, cocked his head. The noise increased. Soon, it was identifiable as a motorbike, coming closer and closer. The bike and its rider sped into the yard. A hurried statement in a foreign language caused the captain to shout a command. Arnold didn't comprehend the words, but he knew they meant, "Move out!" As the firing squad scattered, Arnold motioned for his soldiers to shrink back behind the building. "What's going on?" they asked. "Polish legionnaires. They must be coming this way. But run! They are our enemies too." As World War I wound down, Arnold Hutchinson led his soldiers to safety and made his way home to Berlin. Only a few years later, his Jewish heritage was exposed, and he fled to America from the country he defended. His post-war studies allowed him to become a prominent doctor in medicine and psychology, and in the mid-1950s he wrote a best-selling book titled The Will to Live. Arnold's book drew upon the wisdom he'd gained about the power of faith as he stood with seemingly no escape before a firing squad on a frigid morning in the Ukraine, when a close friend found himself with the rare opportunity to coax Arnold into a personal reflection to those distant events, the doctor confessed that he'd often marveled at the God-winks that had so occurred. They arrived just in time to cause the captain to drag slowly on the remnants of that cigarette, producing an opportunity for a distant motorbike to be heard and to lift Arnold from a seemingly hopeless situation. Just in time. God's always just on time. Alright guys, I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's story, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. Let's bring those souls to Jesus. Good night, guys.